Hi, I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin of RBWins.com. It's Friday, September the 27th. I have three free college football picks for Saturday the 28th. Before I get to those picks, just a friendly reminder, folks, click that subscribe button below if you're not a subscriber already. It really supports in keeping these videos going. And as those of you who have subscribed have witnessed, my last 30 free pick videos, 49 and 33, that's 60%, and that includes 10 and 6 in college football in 2019. Not only am I providing an educational tool when it comes to sports betting, but I'm putting money in your pocket at the same time. It's absolutely free to subscribe, no ulterior motive, no obligation, and no frills, and no hidden agenda. Just click that subscribe button below. Again, folks, for those of you who have subscribed, it's deeply appreciated. Let's get on to the games. BYU at Toledo, 12 p.m. Eastern Time start. Toledo is currently a 2.5-point underdog. And BYU is coming off a brutal stretch in which they've played number 19 Utah. Then they went at Tennessee before 100,000 plus people. They took on number 21 USC. And then last week were blown out at home against number 17 Washington. Now, after that tough schedule in which they played 3 of 4 ranked opponents in their first 4 games, they now go on the road to face a MAC school across 2 time zones at 12 o'clock Eastern Time start, which 10 o'clock a.m. their time, and probably before a pretty sparse crowd in comparison to what they've witnessed at home and at Tennessee. You know, this is also a Toledo team, 24 and 5 straight up in their last 29 at home, and this will only be the second time since 2015 that Toledo has been tabbed a home underdog. Excuse me. Toledo 2-1 thus far this year. Only loss coming at Kentucky, 38-24. I'm taking Toledo here plus the 2.5. Buy them up to 3, folks. Always a good idea to buy up on a key number and off the hook. And again, that's never a sign of weakness. That's just smart sports wagering. Next game, Cincinnati at Marshall. Marshall is currently a 4-point home underdog. This is a Marshall team that's gone 2-1 thus far. Their only loss coming at number 16 Boise State in a game they gave the Broncos all they can handle before losing 14-7. Marshall is 33 and 9 in their last 42 at home, and over the course of those last 42 home games, they were only an underdog on 5 separate occasions. Cincinnati 2-1 this year. They lost to Ohio State 45-0. They beat a 1-3 UCLA team at home, and also beat Miami of Ohio, who, by the way, last week lost to Ohio State 76-5. Cincinnati up next will be perennial American Athletic Conference powerhouse Central Florida, who is currently ranked number 22 in the nation. This could be a flat spot for the Bearcats and quite a possibility they may be caught looking ahead. Much bigger game for the homestanding Marshall Thundering Herd as opposed to the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'm going to take Marshall here plus the 4 at home against Cincinnati. Final game, Georgia Tech at Temple. That game is slated to kick off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, and right now I have Georgia Tech as a 9-point road underdog. Temple pulled off a surprising upset win over then nationally ranked Maryland a couple weeks back at home, defeating the Terrapins 20-17, putting up a nice goal line stand where Maryland had the ball first and goal at the 1 in the waning minutes of that game and were unable to score on the Temple defense. But then the Owls followed that up with an absolute shocking loss as they went to Buffalo as a 13.5-point road favorite and were blown out by the Bears or by the Bulls 38-22 in that contest, and quite frankly that game was nowhere close as the final score may indicate. This is also a very good betting situation in college football. Since 1992, all college football away underdogs of 3.5 to 10 points that are coming off a straight up favorite loss and as a favorite of 13 points or greater, like Georgia Tech has. I mean, Georgia Tech losing to Citadel at home in the previous game, 27 to 24, as a monster 26-point home favorite, and they're playing a team coming off a road loss by 5 points or more. Again, Temple losing at Buffalo 28 or 38 to 22. Those away underdogs of between 3.5 to 10 points have gone 13-1 against the spread since 1992. I like the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets here, plus the 9 on the road at Temple. Repeating again, take Toledo plus 2.5, buy them up to 3 against BYU. Take Marshall plus 4 at home against Cincinnati, and take Georgia Tech plus the 9 at Temple. Be sure to visit my personal website. That's rbwins.com. There you can find all my paid premium selections. Those are the games I wager the most money on myself, and all my paying clients receive. That's rbwins.com, where you pay a little to make a lot. Until the next time, good luck with all your picks.